on this earth, man. Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this that's just the way it is bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fucking plantation, man. A big ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there, they gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Now see, let me start off by saying, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakwadash. Now, and I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and a sincere salutation to the brothers out there preaching this word of truth and sincerity. Now, in this video I just played, this is the sentiment of a lot of people here in America, also known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures. America is a big game. You see, people are starting to, even people that's not in the faith, they're starting to wake up to the fact that America and this capitalist system is a big game, you know. Like he said, America is a plantation, you see. But now the roles have been flipped, you know. Back in times of chattel slavery, your oppressor, your slave master had to pay for your room and board and shelter you, clothes, you know, feed you. But now in America, through capitalism, you're left to do those things on your own. But he pays you an unlivable wage and expects you to manage, you know, your basic necessities. You can't even afford your basic necessities on what they pay you out here these days. And then they promote getting an education to further your education to make more money. But now you're just taking on debt to further your education to make more money, you know? You're taking one step forward to take two steps back. It's like you're really running in place. You know, you're not really advancing. But this wasn't the case in, say, the 50s when you had, you know, General Motors, you know, just the big companies, big American companies where people could get out of high school, go straight into the job force, working at a factory, able to afford a home, support themselves, their family, have children. You know, those days are long gone and they're never coming back, you see? And people are now starting to, it's becoming so bad, the squeeze is on so tight that people are starting to wake up to the bullshit of America. Like, this kingdom is through. There's nothing left for nobody. This is the sentiment of most people here. You know, some people just carry it better than others, but this has to come across your mind at some point. Like, yo, what is all this shit for? Like, I'm just working until I can maybe retire. You know, like he said, shit, through the stress of working, you got people that's working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, trying to get ahead in the system. You think they're going to see 70 years old working like that? It's unlikely. Let me go to scriptures. This is Luke 21 and 32. It says, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled." All being fulfilled as in the prophecies. It says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares." You see, let's go into that word surfeiting. In the Greek.
Strong's G 2897, Krypale. Krypale. Thayer's Lexicon, related entry, Krepale.
The
Krepale.
giddiness and headache caused by drinking wine to excess. Yeah, you see, like the joy is being taken out of America, you know? It's not like how it was back in the days, when people had money to support themselves, maybe even had a little money left over. Now, people working 2 jobs, 3 jobs is just commonplace now. Like, most people work two and 3 jobs, Because one job is just not cutting it no more. You can't afford your basic necessities on one job. Or if you do have one, that's all you can afford. You don't have nothing left over. You don't have no money to save. You don't have no ancillary income, Again, Luke 21 and 34. It says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life." Cares of this life, bills, all the shit that we have to deal with here that really amount to nothing at the end of the day. Like, this is just shit that we need to do just to survive here. But it's not really profiting us, really, It's not forwarding us in a way. It says, "And so that day come upon you unawares." And you see, people are so, the squeeze is on so tight here. People are so concerned with making money and making more money. You see, it's really like that's all people's mind is occupied with, is how can I make more money? Whether it be through legal or illegal means, But, chase the bag spirit is on people so heavy. That chase the bag demon it really got a hold on people, that they're not even concerned with the Lord and what he has prepared for Babylon the Great and the people that live here, Like, the Lord is coming to send destruction, but these people are going to be taken by surprise, because all this time they was trying to chase the bag and forward themselves in this wicked kingdom. They forgot the most important thing, which is the Lord and his son, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, It says, "For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the earth." Yeah, it's a trap. You see, this system is a trap. That's why it's important to just come out of it, not just mentally, Yeah, us in the faith, yeah, we still go to work. We still have to pay bills, we here, we got to survive. We got to make a living. You got to do something, you see? But at the end of the day, we disconnected from this place mentally and spiritually. We just here. We just be like pilgrims. We just passing through. We just waiting for the day our Lord cracks the skies. And Lord's will, if we have the elect, take us up out this bitch. Because we're tired of being here. Like, this life worth living. You wake up. You got 24 hours in a day. If you're lucky enough, well, if you're blessed enough to get 8 hours of sleep, you get 8 hours, boom, that's right. That's 8 hours right there. Then you got to go clock in on the plantation, a job you don't give a shit about, or doing something you don't give a shit about. That's another 8 hours out your day. That's 16 out of 24 hours. You see? So you have another 8 hours to yourself. But say if you have children, now you got to tend to your children, your wife, and it's like the 8 hours, it's like, where did it go? You have 8 hours a day to yourself to do the things that you want to do, Is this really life worth living? Is this as good as it gets? I beg to differ. Like he said, this is just a big damn game. And you got people still playing the game, knowing it's rigged, still trying to play the game. This is Revelation 18:1. The header reads, Babylon is fallen. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Yeah, because when the Lord and the angels come to destroy America, there's not going to be nothing left, not even a blade of grass, you see? There's not going to be no building standing up. This place is going to be utterly destroyed, completely destroyed. No humans will be dwelling here. All it will be is foul desert creatures, and ravens and stuff like that. Third verse, it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. You see, like, people have, the other nations around the world have drunk in the Babylon juice, You even got people in China trying to, they move like Edomites, dressing up in the suit, going to get the college degrees and all of that. They took on the philosophy of America, you see? And they do business with America. All of that is coming to be put to an end. When the missiles are shot over here and the Lord sends his son and the angels to destroy this place. That's really what we're waiting on, because we can't have, the kingdom of heaven can't come until that happens first. It says, have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. You see, come out of her, my people. And it's not literally talking about leaving America, fleeing America to go somewhere else. It's talking about mentally and spiritually. You got to turn your back on America and its philosophies and turn to the righteous way, back to the Lord, our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. That's the only way we going to receive salvation. If we don't, you're going to be partakers of her sins. You're going to be left here to get destroyed with the 2/3, the rest of the unbelievers and the heathens. This is our only way out. Getting a college degree, getting a trade, trying to forge your life, make the best out of your life. At the end of the day, you're still going to be destroyed in the end. That's why it's best to just put all your faith and all your energy into Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because that is our only way to salvation. Let's go to Micah chapter 2, verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. You see, America isn't our rest. We are pilgrims just passing through here. You see, we was sent to America through cargo slave ships, you see, to serve out our punishment. Here we are, the Lord sent us here to serve out a punishment. People are trying to build themselves up here and really establish a life here. And this place really has something to offer us. Meanwhile, the whole reason we was even put here in the first place was to serve out our punishment. Like, say if you have a child, you say, all right, you're on punishment. You don't place them on punishment for eternity. At some point, they get off punishment, right? You forgive them. They acknowledge what they did wrong. You forgive them. And then y'all good, Y'all reconciled, y'all back good. It's like the same thing that's the same thing the Lord is doing with us. He's not just placing us on an eternal punishment. He sent us here to serve out our punishment. And once our punishment is up, he's going to come and redeem us. Us being the elect. Lord's will, we are of the elect. He's not coming to save everybody. And just because you say you're a believer in who, though? A believer in what? in this ministry, in this faith, in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, or are you a believer in Jesus Christ and Christianity? Because that Jesus juice and that Christianity, that's not going to get you salvation either. Again, that's the pollution. You see? Read it again. Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." America, Babylon the Great is polluted. There's nothing here that's ran in righteousness. It's like everything the Lord had set up to be in righteousness and in its correct order. The powers that be, the top wicked elite, the top banking families, they turned everything upside down. That's why here in America, you got women women and men, they just commit adultery. There's no checks and balances. You got children that's just running around here wicked. People working 2 and 3 jobs, you got nothing to show for it. Cancer, all this kind of shit that we have going on here in America, all this heartache and pain that people have to deal with here. It's just because this is the philosophy and the doctrine that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, amplifies and pushes here in Babylon the Great. Like, this place isn't even worth staying in. Like, the Lord has to destroy this place. It is a cancer on the whole earth, because now you have other countries, other nations that take on this philosophy as well. And then it empowers them to do wickedness. America is a cancer on the whole earth. You see? It's a parasite just feeding on people. And it's like you don't even know that it's feeding on you until it's too late. Like, that's what the men out there on the highways and the byways preaching this word and truth and sincerity is trying to get you people to understand. You know, that's the message we coming out. Like, turn back to the Lord. This place, America, is a trap. It has nothing for you. Our rest, our glory comes with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai and his glory. We don't get our glory until he gets his glory. That's just the facts. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, 39th verse. 29th verse, Salakia. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. It says, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." You see, you got to have the mindset that nothing comes before Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai in this faith. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is number one above all, even above you. You got to be willing to turn your back on everything for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because he's going to return. If you're of his elect, his goal going to be returned unto you in the kingdom of heaven. You see? And that's where faith comes in. You see? You have to just truly believe that. And that's going to be a stumbling block for a lot of people. You see? It says, "And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away." And that's the mindset you got to have. You know, you just using this world, not abusing it. Like, we're not trying to make it in America. We're not trying to get rich. You know, we just trying to, have the basic necessities of life, food, clothing, shelter. That's it. We got that. We're all good. Anything else, we just count it as extra, a blessing from the Lord. As long as our basic necessities are met, we're okay. But there's a time coming, Jacob's trouble, which we're already in Jacob's trouble, but it's going to be amplified tenfold. It's going to be brought to a totally different magnitude. You see, where we're going to have to be willing to give up everything, homes, your cars, because there's going to be a point where Esau Edom, this system collapse, and they're going to have to introduce another system, the NWO. And that's when they're going to implement that chip. You see the C hip. You see? And that's how it's going to get played out. And if you're not willing to take that charagma, you're not going to be able to move in Esau's kingdom, in Esau Edom's society. You're not going to be able to go to the store, get something to eat. You're not going to be able to pay your bills. Nothing. No transaction is going to be going on if you don't have that C hip. And that's where faith comes in. And putting your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that he will provide in your time of need. 1 Corinthians 7:31. It says, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. And you see the way the world is now, people lamenting, crying out on the internet. You see, just venting, because the world isn't the world that they used to know. You see, the joy and the merry spirit of this place is just being taken out. You got the holidays in November. You got these holiday season coming around. The big three, so-called Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. But the spirit is dead here. Like, there's no rejoicing. Here it is. You had a government shutdown, the longest government shutdown. You had people not getting paid. Like, America is in the place where they're choosing between. You have to choose between healthcare and food. You want healthcare, you want affordable healthcare, you want something to eat. And this is supposed to be the greatest nation to ever rule. And this is the crossroads that it's at. That lets you know America is on the downturn. It's done. There's nothing left. 32nd verse, it says, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belongs to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. You see, if you don't have a woman, like, again, there's nothing wrong with having a woman. But if you don't, hey, now you could put all your time, effort, energy towards the faith, towards the Lord, and doing what makes him happy. Because if you have a woman, there's no other way to say it. That women are a distraction. They require, time. They require energy, you see? There's no two ways about it. You can have the most righteous woman in the world. You're going to have, those moments with your woman where it's like, oh, God, I don't feel like dealing with this right now. Or you just don't want to be bothered at all in general, you see? Like the Apostle Paul said, you'll have trouble in the flesh, dealing with the women. Now the 33rd verse, it says, but he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. It says, therefore is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in the body and in the spirit. But she that is married careth for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. Let's read that part in the NLT. You see, the Apostle Paul not saying this to like trap you or just cast you in a snare. Like, no, he's just keeping it real here. Like, 35th verse again, 1 Corinthians 7:35 in the NLT. It says, I am saying this for your benefit, not to place restrictions on you. I want you to do whatever will help you serve the Lord best with as few distractions as possible. You see, because here in America, you're free to do whatever, with that, whenever, with whomever. You see, it's just a bunch of distractions going on here. You got this social media that everybody, like literally everybody, is bit with that social media bug. Like, they need that glory. You got people that just post on social media just looking for validation and attention and glory, you see? And it's like, especially like the overwhelming majority of people are bitten with that bug, You're not forward in nothing. You just posting yourself for what? It's just vain glory. That doesn't mean anything. It's just a bunch of distractions. Now let's go to Revelation 21. Revelation 21 and 1. The header reads, "The new heaven and earth." It says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth." You see, because when Yahushua comes back, he's not coming back to destroy the world. He's just coming to destroy Babylon the Great and the Holy Land. You see, that's it. Both are going to be destroyed, but only the Holy Land, Jerusalem, is going to be rebuilt. You see, that's it. America is not going to be rebuilt. It's going to be an altar. You see, it's going to be like a tombstone that's just left in destruction for everybody to remember what happened to this place and why it was destroyed and who did the destruction. You see, it's like I said, like an altar. Again, it says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea." You see, the first heaven, was passed away, the first earth. But the Lord is coming back to, you could say, it's going to be under new management under Israel. You see, this is the grand closing. America's going to have a grand closing, and through Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, it's going to have a grand opening again. The earth. I'm going to end it here. Let's go to Luke chapter 8, verse 16. Let's read it in the NLT. It says, no one lights a lamp and then covers it with a bowl or hides it under a bed. A lamp is placed on a stand where its light can be seen by all who enter the house. For all that is secret will eventually be brought into the open, and everything that is concealed will be brought to the light and made known to all. You see, America, that's another way which proves that America is done. America and the powers that be can't make no moves without the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai exposing them. You even got regular people on the internet that's not even in the faith exposing this devil and his ways. You see, everybody understands this capitalist system. The capitalist system is a rigged system. You see, it's not one that's profitable to all. You see, it's not one that's ran in righteousness. Even the idea of having a Federal Reserve, we're walking around here with cash notes in our pockets that's not backed by anything. These are all things that was put in place that's not gonna forward society. You see, because it's just fake. It's all a fiat currency that doesn't mean nothing. It only has value of what people says it has. But the times that we're moving on into, it's not going to be worth anything. Like, you're going to have money literally in the streets. You see? So that's why it's important to understand, like, this world ain't it. It ain't hard to tell why the Lord wants to come and destroy it. Like, look at all the wickedness that goes on here. It's like you have nothing, you never will have nothing here in America. Everything here is tainted because everything here has been soiled by man's hands. If man has any dealings with it, it's spoiled. It's rotten, It'll never be pure. Once man's hands get attached to it, get a hold of it, it's foul now. This is Luke 8 and 17 again. It says, "For all that is a secret will eventually be brought into the open, and everything that is concealed will be brought to the light and made known to all. So pay attention to how you hear. To those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given. But for those who are not listening, even what they think they understand will be taken away from them." You see, that false sense of security, everything you think you know and love, it's all going to be taken away from you. It's going to be stripped from you, you see. That's why it's important and really just profitable to just put all your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They say never put all your eggs in one basket. In this case, you put all your eggs into this one basket, because there's no doubt in my mind that this is the way. This is going to be the best option for you, the most profitable option for you. Like, look at the downturn of America. How many presidencies have we had from the 1950s on? And you mean to tell me the world has gotten better? Come on now, let's knock it off. You got people, again, they got to work multiple jobs to have any stability here. You see, because through inflation, taxation, money isn't valued anymore. It takes a whole bunch of money to get the same product it used to charge less for. It's the same exact product, but now it takes more fiat currency. It takes more Federal Reserve notes to get the same thing. Here it is. Look at the the housing market. You got people that make $77,000 a year. They can't get approved for a $400,000 home. And that hasn't been on record since in 50 years. It hasn't been that bad. So come on now. You mean to tell me this is what people are fighting so hard for? This society? If you had any sense at all, you would get with the winning team, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, or at least get the hell out of America and stop forwarding this place's just wickedness. So I'm going to play the video again and I'm going to end it.
On this earth, man. Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of...
See, that's the answer they'll give you, though. That's just life. That's just the way it is. You mean to tell me that's all there is to life? Like, you expect me to really believe that? It's not a life worth living.
All this is just the way it is bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fucking plantation, man. A big ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth.
Facts.
And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there, they gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's all facts. He ain't say nothing wrong. So, the thing is, though, he feels this way, but the men of the Lord also feel this way, but we have hope. That's the difference between us and these people out here. They don't have any hope because they put all their faith into this world and this system. But we put all our faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So we have something greater promised to us, and we truly believe that, you know? Again, that's the difference between us and them. So, Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. Till the next time, shalom.